There, well, good morning, or afternoon, or wherever you are. My name is Bernie Petkau, and I am a retirement planning specialist. With the recent controversy regarding people losing money in their RRSPs and tax-free savings accounts, a lot of people have been contacting me to find out if they're on track to reach their retirement goals. Well, honestly, according to recent studies, 67% of you will never be able to retire properly with the plan you're currently on. So what I'm going to show you is how we can improve your chances for an awesome retirement, stress-free, and retire with more cash than you thought possible. I'm going to show you what the typical banks have been averaging to the last 3 years, and then I'm going to show you what's available. And I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about inflation and how it affects your savings. I'm going to talk to you about how you get peace of mind and a future with a plan. Are you ready? Let's go. I'll show you this. Here is Google Finance. Now this you can find on any browser, obviously. So first thing, so this way you get up-to-date live information. This stuff cannot be falsified in any way, shape, or form. This is live data, so you know it's nothing but the truth. So here I'm going to put in some common things or bank rates that you've been getting. I'll start off with the common ones like the Royal Bank Fund. And they usually use for savings accounts the 101 Royal Bank Fund 101 right here. Typically, that's what they use for the Royal Bank customers. And this is what happens to your money while you have it on deposit and savings with the Royal Bank. It's loading your chart, so you can see that your savings, the money in that account, has gone up, down, up, down, up, down. That's how come, your RSPs can go down in value even though you may be adding deposits. This is the last 1 month, and I'm going to stretch that out because never use a 1 month sample. You must minimum use something along a 3-year line. That's good. September of 2013 to October of 16, that's at least a 3-year sample. So that's a Royal Bank. Let's add in another common bank here. We'll compare to the Toronto Dominion Bank, and they typically use 393, which is their income advantage portfolio. We'll see how that averaged. Well, if you had your savings at the Toronto Dominion Bank, you lost 5.41% in 3 years. The Royal Bank was up 6.79% in 3 years. As you can see right down here, early in 2016, you lost a ton of money. Well, even right at the start of the year, your savings went way down. Let's add in another bank here, the CIBC. They typically use this one for all of their savings accounts for RSPs or tax-free savings accounts. We'll see what they did. Okay, but they grew 4.12% in 3 years. Let's add in the Bank of Montreal. We've got Bank of Montreal customers out there, and they typically use this one, the income portfolio. We'll add that one, and they went up 8.92% over the same 3-year period. So this is what your banks are typically doing with your savings account. And as you can see, it's not growing very healthy. If you take, for example, the growth, well, I'll get into that in just a minute. I want to show you what's available in the market for your RRSPs and your tax-free savings accounts. Let's put in a dynamic fund here. This is 3154G, their Discovery Series. That's available for your RSPs. The same, it changed to December here. I'll just extend that a bit. Okay, there. That one grew 50.32% over, here's your banks down here, and there's another RSP TFSA fund that's available. We'll add in another one here, an AIM product, an international fund, 1731, Trimark International Companies. That's available to you as well, and that one went up 55.25% in the same length of time. And we'll add in an Equitable Life product, ELC 630, that's a Life Trimark International. Add that one. And as you can see, right up here, this is what a professional would give you in the top. This is what your bank's giving you. Now, one thing I want to ask you is, who chose these bank values for you? Did you choose them? Did they give you an option? Or did they just go ahead and pick? If you talk to a professional, you'll be up here with these higher savings rates. In 3 years, look at that, 51%, 55%, 48%, or the best you could do over here at the Bank of Montreal is 12%. Now, one other chart I want to bring to your mind, I'll just pop this one up. Move it over a bit. Here, example. If you got $100,000 and you just let it sit on deposit, at the average, at a moderate growth chart, in 6 years, your money would double. So from 100,000, it goes up to 200,000. If you just let it sit for another 6 years, you're up to 400,000. Let it sit for one more 6-year period, it doubles again from 400 to 800,000. Imagine if you did it another 6 years, that'd be 1.6 million. But just with this, let's see what happened. We turned in 18 years 100,000 up to 800,000. Or, of course, you could leave it at the bank or where you have it, and in 18 years, it would grow to 170,000. That's if you get 3%. Now, remember, even though the banks have been averaging maybe 5, 6, 7% over a 3-year period as gross growth, inflation is 2.4% per year. So technically, you're losing money, and you will end up with this $170,000 figure. The ways to get those higher rates up here, that's by contacting a professional. See, the peaks and the valleys and the peaks and the valleys, there are products out there that allow you to lock in your growth so your investments are 100% secured. And you never have to worry about the valleys down here. But the change in the growth is phenomenal, what it'll do for your savings. Let's look at this again. So first, who can get it? You have to talk to a licensed professional. Banks are not, they cannot get at these type of funds. You must use a guaranteed investment fund to get this. This is the one that'll give you the guarantees so that when the market goes down, it doesn't affect you. You have an option to lock in your growth. Sometimes these are called segregated funds. It's really the same thing, same two different names. The reason they're different from mutual funds is because, first off, they're both highly diversified, but with a guaranteed investment fund or a seg fund, you can actually lock in your growth, which of course will allow you to do this: eliminate all your losses. Once you lock it in, the market can bounce wherever it wants, but you've locked it in and your money is secure. And when you need it, then you can convert it to the retirement income fund at age 71, and you've got a higher locked-in growth. You didn't have to worry about losing money like you would through the bank or a regular mutual fund. Now, where you can get these, there's 24 or 34 different companies in Canada that actually offer these. These have been around since 1961, so they've been around a few years. People don't tell you about that because usually it was a high commission salesperson. But these are available. Now you could contact every company in Canada and every agent to find out what they have available. Or you could contact Advisor & Co. And that's what we do. And again, my name is Bernie. Banks typically up here, they have probably 6, maybe 8 different funds you can get at. When you deal with a managing general authority like through Advisor & Co. and RRSPS, instead of 6 products or 8 products, we calculate it over 6,000 products. So we can get you a good rate to help you in the direction that you need to go. Again, my name's Bernie. If you want to give me a call, there's my number, or email for more information. Canada's top RRSP rates at sasktel.net. I hope you enjoyed today's session. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to give me a call, and we'll talk soon. And I'm going to shut this off now. Hey, thanks for listening.